the part, and then we will solve the example in the next lecture. Will it be fine, guys? Because for solving the problem, slate is required, and that is not available now. Already we are late, and 10-15 minutes will be getting wasted in that. So I'm planning to conduct the problem in the next lecture. So today we will continue the next part of the same chapter. Okay, so maybe this part will be the last part of this chapter. Okay. Am I audible to all of you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so will it be okay if I will conduct the problem in the next lecture on the oxidation pond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will continue the remaining part. So second half we have started stabilization pond, or it is also known as the oxidation pond. And oxidation pond, it is a natural earthen basin in which you are allowing to get water treated by the natural phenomena. So two natural phenomena can work here. Whatever the reactions or the photosynthetic activities are being performed inside the water, and at the surface there is a wind is blowing and sun is radiating their energy towards the water table. So this way it is getting treated. So that process is known as the stabilization pond. So while constructing stabilization pond, we are supposed to take into consideration some of the factors. So basically, first of all, you need to learn what is the stabilization pond. So how functionally it is the different, and how structurally it is the different. Structurally, I told you it can be a shallow earthen basin, okay, and functionally it can be a aerobic oxidation pond, anaerobic oxidation pond, and facultative oxidation pond. So these three types we have discussed. Aerobic, in presence of oxygen, in that case depth will be less and surface area will be more, and hence the oxygen will get penetrate up to the deep depth of this particular tank. And then degradation of organic matter in presence of oxygen by the microorganisms can be performed, is the aerobic oxidation pond. Then anaerobic oxidation pond, in anaerobic oxidation pond, we can go for, just wait 1 minute. Okay, guys, sorry. So multiple activities are going on. That's why I'm getting disconnected from you guys. So aerobic oxidation pond we have discussed, and then anaerobic oxidation pond in absence of oxygen. In that case, only the shallow top layer, except the shallow top layer, remaining entire part will be considered under the anaerobic zone, because there will be no penetration of oxygen because of the depth of that water. Then third type we have discussed, that is facultative pond. Facultative pond in the sense, in that type of zone, there will be three types of zones can be created naturally without providing any separation layer. So how it could be possible, that I have shown in the figure. So the tank can be constructed up to 1.5 meter. Automatically, deep layer will convert into anaerobic zone because there will be no penetration of oxygen up to the depth level. And the surface level, because it is exposed to the atmosphere, there will be penetration of oxygen and it will be converting into the aerobic zone. But in between these two layers, because the depth is more and some oxygen is penetrating towards this side, and this anaerobic is dominating from the bottom side, middle zone is converting into different types of zone. There will be some kind of aerobic and some kind of anaerobic bacteria are functioning. That's why this zone is called as the facultative zone, where there are three types of such natural layers are being formed without any separation or without providing any separating layer. It is called as the facultative pond. Okay, so these are the three types of pond, oxidation pond or the stabilization pond we can construct for the treatment of wastewater at the low cost level. So that round we have discussed about the advantages of oxidation pond and disadvantages of oxidation pond. Okay, then design considerations we discussed. So this I asked you to note down because we will require it for while solving the problem. In that, first one is the surface area. Then second one, BOD loading chart I had given to you against the latitude. What will be the BOD loading? Then correction factors, two different corrections factors we need to apply. One is the mean against the mean sea level, or we can say it is about the elevation. And the second one is against the sky clearance. If more than 75% days in a year, sky is clear, in that case, there is no need to take the correction. But more than that, if it is more than that, in that case, we need to apply the rate of 3% for a fall of every 10%. So this can be utilized over here. Then the next, we have discussed a design period. It can be calculated by using this formula. T is equal to 1 upon PT log to the base 10 into LA upon LE. Okay. Then that PT at different temperature. This formula can be applicable only for when the temperature of the water or the wastewater which we are going to treat in a stabilization pond is having temperature 20 degrees Celsius. In that case, it can be applicable directly. But if it is not 20 degrees Celsius, you can determine value of PT by applying this formula. PT is equal to P20 into bracket 1.047 T raised to minus 20. Then depth we can assume in the range of 1 to 1.5 meter, and sludge accumulation rate we can assume not 5 to 1 meter cube, 0.1 meter cube per capita per year. Then pond size, length to width ratio 1.5 to 1 or 3:1 also we can vary. Then depth between 1 to 1.5 already discussed, and freeboard usually it is 1 meter. Okay, so this much about the oxidation pond we have discussed, and we have decided to solve the problem today. But unfortunately, I don't have the slate because of the that hurriness. I don't want to waste more time. So I came here and I'm starting the next point, the oxidation ditch, and hence we will solve the problem on the oxidation pond in the next lecture. Okay, so what is this oxidation pond? I think you understood. Now, what is this oxidation ditch? Usually to this oxidation ditch it is called as the extended aeration tank, extended activated sludge process. Why it is called the extended activated sludge process? Because why we are calling this as an extended aeration tank? There is a reason. So with the figure, I will explain you. So just look out this figure, take a look of this figure. You can so these are the ovals, one inner oval, then second, then third, three different ovals are there. Here you can see these are the aerators. These are the aerators. These are rotating in one direction. And while rotating in one direction, they will be mixing the atmospheric oxygen into water. And because aerators are provided and these are rotating in one direction, here also aerators are provided. So what happens because of that? They will not only aerate the water, but also they are helping to push the wastewater in a forward direction. Meanwhile, what happens? That entire sewage will remain in a suspension form. So activated sludge process is also called as the suspended growth process, because in that activated sludge process, we are not allowing to settle that, or we are not providing any kind of support the way we are providing into trickling filter. We are not providing here. Okay, so that way here also we are not providing supporting media for growth, and hence it is a extended aeration activated sludge process. Okay, then I will show you one more figure. This is the M-tide. Means you can see here we are in the aeration tank, oxidation ditch. Depth will be very less and surface area will be more, and usually it is constructed in a oval shape, and one separator will be separating line or separating wall will be constructed at the center, so that the water will be keep on moving in around, and hence it will remain in a suspended form. At the same time, it will be getting aerated properly. Okay, so that way we can go for the construction of such type of tanks. Okay, so here with this slide, I will explain once again. Oxidation ditch is an extended aeration activated sludge process. Extended aeration activated sludge process, it is usually called as, because it is the extended or it is the next level of aeration activated sludge process. That's why extended aeration activated sludge process. This can be developed for small cities too. The sewage is aerated by surface rotor placed across the channel. The sewage is aerated by surface rotor placed across the channel. The rotor entrains the necessary oxygen into the liquid and keep the contents of the ditch mixed. So what is the role of the sewage is aerated by surface rotors placed across the channel. So here we saw in this channel. So these are the aerators provided over here. Okay, so this sewage will be getting aerated by surface rotors placed across the channel. The rotors entrains the necessary oxygen into the liquid and keep content of the ditch mixed and moving position, or we can say it is in a suspension position, not settling position. They are designed to impart a velocity of 0.3 to 0.4 meter per second. So the design is made like this. So it will help to keep the velocity of flow in this channel as 0.4 0.3 to 0.4 meter per second. Okay, so that way this can be imparted. And the rotors should rotate with an average speed of 75 RPM. So whatever the rotors provided here for these aerators, its average speed will be 75 RPM, and it is usually in only one direction. So it will be keep on moving in a forward direction. Okay. Here in this next figure, you are going to understand it in a better manner. There are two types of oxidation ditch can be constructed. What are these two types? One is the continuous flow type and another is the intermittent flow type oxidation ditch. Okay, so what is the so before we go to the next point, I request everybody to come back and write down the heading and then write down some pointers, and then I will explain the further part. It's a very interesting type of technology. So please write down oxidation ditch, right? Heading. Okay, please note down these important points. These are like kind of your design parameters. So please note down this also, yeah, under the oxidation pond, and then we'll discuss the further part. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, I'm handling multiple activities, so it is getting interrupted. So guys, what Uday is asking, can you please explain in Marathi oxidation ditch? Okay, definitely I will explain. Just listen me first about the further two types, and then I will explain once again if you don't understand, because I know that you will be understanding if I'm going to explain the further two types. But still, if you want, I can explain once again. Okay, the rotors should rotate with, okay, this we have explained. There are two types of ditches can be constructed. One is the continuous flow type and another is the intermittent flow type. Okay, here itself I will explain once again about the oxidation ditch, and still if you don't understand, I will explain in Marathi. But I have confidence you will understand. Oxidation ditch, how it looks like. It is an intermittent flow type of oxidation ditch. Intermittent flow type, it is, we are calling it is a extended aeration activated sludge process. Activated sludge process मध्ये आपण काय करतो तर एरिएशन करतो. Additionally surface aerator provide करून aeration करतो. बरोबर आहे. But in that case we are taking only rectangular type of tank, and there we are aerating different places, and their aeration we can go for tapered aeration, step aeration, then a sequential batch reactor, that type of different ways we studied about the activated sludge process. Such as in a low cost treatment, oxidation ditch is one of the process where only a oval shaped channel can be constructed. Oval shaped channel can be constructed. जसं आपण ऑक्सिडेशन पॉन्ड मध्ये एक रेक्टँग्युलर शॅलो टँक कन्स्ट्रक्ट करून त्याच्यामध्ये पाणी साठवतोय आणि नॅचरली एरिएशन होऊ देतोय आणि त्याचं डिग्रेडेशन होतंय, आणि डिग्रेडेशन झालं की सेडिमेंटेशन पण होतंय आणि सुपरनेटेंट लिक्विड बाजूला काढतोय. दॅट वे वी आर प्रोव्हाइडिंग अ ट्रीटमेंट इन अ ऑक्सिडेशन पॉन्ड. सो हिअर इन अ ऑक्सिडेशन डिच. पण ऑक्सिडेशन पॉन्ड मध्ये कसं होतं की तिथं कुठल्याही प्रकारची ऍडिशनल मेकॅनिकल इक्विपमेंट्स प्रोव्हाइड केलेले नव्हते. जे पण होतंय ते सगळं नॅचरली होतंय. बरोबर आहे. पण हिअर इन अ ऑक्सिडेशन डिच हा थोडासा ऑक्सिडेशन पॉन्ड पेक्षा कॉस्टली पडतो आणि इफेक्टिव्ह पण असतो. कॉस्टली कशामुळे पडतो तर सम ॲक्सेसरीज वी आर ऍडिंग विच आर लो कॉस्ट. Some technologies we are adding, but which are low cost. That's why it is coming under low cost, as well as its efficiency is greater than the oxidation bond. Okay, and because we are aerating it by providing the aerator, we are calling it as an extended aeration tank or extended activated sludge process. उदय कळालं का इथं? उदय?
No, ma'am.
नाही कळालं? Okay,
No.
once again I will try. Okay, oxidation sorry, aeration activated sludge process कशी आपली ASP. Activated sludge process. In that activated sludge process काय करते की आपण इथं प्रायमरी सेडिमेंटेशन टँक असतो, त्याच्यानंतर एरिएशन टँक असतो. ओके, देन देर इज अ सेकंडरी क्लॅरिफायर. Okay, and settled sludge we are wasting it out. Some part we are returning back, that is called a return sludge. Okay, आणि इथं सरफेसला एरिएटर्स बसवले जातात, सरफेस एरिएटर्स, आणि त्याचं एरिएशन केलं जातं. बरोबर आहे. आणि एरिएशन करतो म्हणजेच काय करतो तर ऑक्सिजन मिक्स करतो, आणि त्याच वेळेला त्याच्यातून काय होतं तर ओडरेबल गॅसेस आउट होतात. हा, तर त्या ओडरेबल गॅसेस मध्ये कुठल्या कुठल्या गॅसेस येतात, तर कार्बन डायऑक्साइड, H2S दॅट गेट्स इव्हॅपोरेटेड. बरोबर आहे. हे झालं ऍक्टिव्हेटेड स्लज प्रोसेस. सरफेस एरिएटर प्रोव्हाइड करून एरिएट करायचं, आणि एरिएट करत असल्यामुळे काय होतं की ते सस्पेंडेड फॉर्म मध्ये राहतं, कुठेही सेटल होत नाही त्याच पॉइंटला. किंवा आपण जसं ट्रिकलिंग फिल्टर मध्ये फिल्टर मीडिया प्रोव्हाइड केलेला होता, आणि त्याच्यावरती त्या मायक्रोबियल ग्रोथ होऊ देतोय आपण त्या फिल्टर मीडियाच्या वरती. बरोबर आहे का. आणि म्हणून त्याला आपण फिल्टर मीडिया प्रोव्हाइड केलेला असतो, म्हणून त्या इथं अटॅच होती ती ग्रोथ, आणि म्हणून त्याला अटॅच्ड ग्रोथ प्रोसेस म्हणतो. तसंच ऍक्टिव्हेटेड स्लज प्रोसेस मध्ये काय करतो की आपण तसं काय फिल्टर मीडिया वगैरे किंवा कुठलंच साहित्य असं प्रोव्हाइड करत नाही की ज्याच्यावरती थांबून मायक्रोबियल ग्रोथ प्रोसेस होईल. सो वी आर अलाउइंग टू मेक देम इन अ सस्पेन्शन फॉर्म. हलतं राहते ते, म्हणून त्याला काय म्हणतो की सस्पेंडेड ग्रोथ प्रोसेस. बरोबर आहे. तर आता ह्याला जो इथं जे आपण लो कॉस्ट ट्रीटमेंट शिकतोय त्यातली पहिली लो कॉस्ट ट्रीटमेंट सिस्टीम कुठली, ऑक्सिडेशन पॉन्ड. ऑक्सिडेशन पॉन्ड म्हणजे काय, तर सिंपल एक टँक आहे जो अपर बॉटम थोडासा स्लोप तिरका टुवर्ड्स दी सेंटर घ्यायचे, आणि खाली बेस असेल. फक्त त्याची डेप्थ आपण ऍडजस्ट करतोय, ज्याच्या कशानुसार आपल्याला एरोबिक पाहिजे का अनएरोबिक पाहिजे का फॅकल्टेटिव्ह पाहिजे, याच्या पद्धतीने आपण डेप्थ ऍडजस्ट करतोय. बरोबर आहे. तर तिथं काय करतोय की फक्त सिंपल शॅलो वॉटर टँक वी आर अलाउइंग टू गेट फिल्टर ट्रीट बाय द नॅचरल प्रोसेसेस. Natural processes in the sense top layer is getting aerated with the wind blowing, and bottom layer there will be formation of oxygen due to the photosynthetic activity, because it is exposed to the air, sun is traveling their radiations and penetrating into water, sewage, and hence the algal growth is forming. And if algal growth is there, photosynthetic activities are performing, and because of photosynthetic activity there is also release of oxygen, and that oxygen is used for the decomposition by the microorganism. He झाली oxidation pond. Now the concept is another is the oxidation ditch. What is the difference between oxidation pond and oxidation ditch, that I will tell you first. Oxidation pond simple shallow tank आहे. इथं आपण त्याला, आणि ऑक्सिडेशन डिच मध्ये स्पेसिफिक डिझाईन कन्सिडर करतोय, आपण डिझाईन प्रोव्हाइड करतोय. स्पेसिफिक इन द सेन्स काय करतोय, तर तो ओव्हल शेप घेतलेला आहे. बरोबर आहे. पहिली गोष्ट ओव्हल शेप घेतलेला आहे, आणि त्याला परत मध्ये सेपरेशन वॉल कन्स्ट्रक्ट केलेली आहे. बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट काय होतंय, तर तो ओव्हल शेप मध्येच फिरायला पाण्याला पाथ प्रोव्हाइड केला जातोय. ही पहिली गोष्ट. आणि तो पाथ, आता तो नॅचरली वॉटर काहीच न करता जर त्या ह्याच्यात त्या ओव्हल शेप्ड टँक मध्ये पाणी ठेवलं, तर वेदर इट इज गोइंग टू बी मूव इन एनी डायरेक्शन, नो. बट हियर वी आर ऍडिंग वन एरिएटर. यू कॅन सी हियर दिस इज अ एरिएशन रोटर. ओके. सो एरिएशन रोटर हा हॉरिझॉन्टल अरेंज केलेला आहे. जो ऍक्टिव्हेटेड स्लज प्रोसेस मध्ये असतो तो हा सरफेस एरिएटर असतो. इथं पण सरफेस एरिएटरच आहे, पण तो हॉरिझॉन्टल ऍड केलेला आहे, आणि त्यामुळे काय होतं की इट कॅन बी रोटेट इन वन डिरेक्शन. इट कॅन बी रोटेट इन वन डिरेक्शन लाईक दिस. ओके. हा असा हे होतोय, फिरतोय असा गोल गोल, इट विल बी रोटेटिंग. अँड सो वाईल रोटेटिंग त्याचं कसं असतं की हाफ ऑफ दिस रोटर, आता हा जर रोटर असेल, एरिएशनचा रोटर असेल, तर ह्याची अर्धी बॉडी पाण्यात सबमर्ज झालेली असते, आणि अर्धी बॉडी सरफेसला एक्सपोज असते, ऍटमॉस्फिअरला एक्सपोज असते. मग जेव्हा तो असा रोटेट होत राहतो, त्यावेळेस काय होतं की त्या याच्यावरचे जे ब्लेड्स आहेत ते असे धप आदळत राहतात, आणि त्यामुळे काय होतं की ऍटमॉस्फेरिक ऑक्सिजन वॉटरमध्ये मिक्स केला जातो, त्या सिवेज मध्ये मिक्स केला जातो. अशी ही प्रोसेस कंटिन्युअस प्रोसेस राहते. आणि हे जेव्हा असं रोटेट होतं त्यावेळेस काय करतो, त्याच्या खालचं जे पाणी आहे ते त्याला पुश करतं फॉरवर्ड डिरेक्शन. बरोबर आहे का. ऑटोमॅटिकच ते पुश केलं जातं, आणि त्याची प्लेस नवीन येणाऱ्या वॉटरनी घेतली जाते. म्हणजेच काय होते की तुमचं हे जे सीवेज इन दिस ओव्हल शेप्ड आहे, इट इज कीप ऑन मूव्हिंग इन अ फॉरवर्ड डिरेक्शन लाईक दिस. इट इज कीप ऑन मूव्हिंग इन अ फॉरवर्ड डिरेक्शन. ओके. अँड दॅट विल हेल्प टू इन्क्रीज द टू रिमेन दॅट सीवेज इन अ सस्पेन्शन फॉर्म. मग जसं ऍक्टिव्हेटेड स्लज प्रोसेस मध्ये आपण सस्पेंडेड ग्रोथ अलाव करतो, सेम ग्रोथ इज अलाउड इन अ ऑक्सिडेशन ditch. Okay, so this is the oxidation ditch process. And now I am telling you there are two types of oxidation ditch possible. One is the intermittent flow type oxidation ditch, and another is the continuous flow type oxidation ditch. Intermittent type मध्ये काय केलं जातं की इन्फ्लुएंट इथून so one additional part, oxidation pond मध्ये काय फक्त simply direct water is allowed to enter into this pond, okay, in a earthen basin. But here in a oxidation ditch, as we are providing some low cost modifications, likewise the aerator provided, then shape is specifically designed, and that for separation purpose we have constructed separating wall. At the same time, before entering the sewage, there will be a influent screening tank will be there, where larger size particles will be removed. इथे जर लार्जर साइजचे पार्टिकल रिमूव्ह केले नाहीत तर ते रोटर ब्लेड खराब करण्याची शक्यता असते. So that's why we are providing the larger size of particle removal by using the screening process or screening unit operation before entering the sewage into the oxidation ditch. Okay, so rotors are aeration rotors are playing three roles we can say. What are the three roles? First, aerating the water, providing oxygen. Second role, what is the second role? It is making water to move in a forward direction. And third one, it is allowing to keep the water in a suspension form. So these are the three ways, three benefits we are getting because of the aeration rotor. So this is the intermittent flow type. Intermittent flow type means what? So here, influent will be allowed to enter through the screening chamber. Then wall A, here you can see, here is the wall A. It will be open, and at the same time, wall D will be closed, and the sewage will be filled into this tank entire. Okay, when it is filled up to the mark, then A will be closed. Okay, and D also will remain closed, and aerator will start. So it will aerate for 16 hours, 24 hours, whatever the desired period decided, or 8 hours, whatever is there. So for that detention period, that aeration will be keep on running, and because of that, sewage is keep on moving into this chamber, and it is getting aerated, and it is remaining in a suspension form. मग जेव्हा तेवढा डिझाईन पिरियड काय असेल 8 तासाचा, 10 तासाचा, 24 तासाचा जो काही डिझाईन पिरियड आपण दिलेला आहे, जेव्हा तो डिझाईन पिरियड संपतो त्यावेळेस